4 years. It will go by faster than either you or your son can imagine. And yet in that short span of time, he will transform from a boy to a man. The question is, what kind of man will he be? At St. John's Jesuit High School and Academy, it is our mission to help young men become the best possible version of themselves, dedicated to achieving success, becoming leaders, and giving back to their communities. Here are a few of the young men who've been a part of St. John's Jesuit. These are their stories.
I'm Christian King. I graduated from St. John's Jesuit. I attend the University of Toledo, and I coach the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade boys lacrosse team at St. John's.
I'm a St. John's grad from '04. I then went to the College of Worcester, went to the French Culinary Institute, and there I met a chef, Tom Colicchio. I was lucky enough to work for him and learn a lot at his restaurant, Craft, in New York City. Used that to get into 3 of the other top 10 restaurants in the world, and now I run Element 112. It's a small restaurant in downtown Sylvania.
My name is Dr. Richard Pat. I'm an internist practicing here in Maumee. I'm a medical missionary. So I bring medical teams around the world. Our teams have treated almost 105,000 patients around the world. I graduated in 1978 from St. John's. My 3 other brothers went to St. John's, and my 2 sons went to St. John's. And it's been an important part of my life.
I was a public school kid, and I chose to go with the Titan for a Day program at St. John's, and it was the most fun I've ever had in school in my life. So I was like, look, this has to be for me. If there's going to be this sort of atmosphere in high school where everybody's really comfortable with who they are, everybody's setting out to succeed and they're supportive of each other, then I'm going to be a part of that.
I instantly fell in love with St. John's. I just love the culture, the teachers, and the kids there were all cool, and everything was just fantastic.
The whole education system there is set up to, 1, give you a college prep education, and that's huge. But just being comfortable with who you are, we were all encouraged to do what we wanted to do, and then we're taught how to be successful at it. They don't just educate you, they treat your mind, body, and soul.
Everyone who leaves St. John's and graduates from St. John's, I would say is definitely a better person. The big thing about St. John's is giving back to the community.
Man for Others is one of these big lessons from St. John's that actually goes into every day here.
They get that initial experience at St. John's, how to use your skill set to help others.
To be able to start at a very, very young age to help the poor and the underserved, it's really important stuff.
That's the difference. You're going to get a very independent, strong-minded, educated kid who's going to show up, take care of their work, learn how to be a man for others, and when they go to college, they're ready. I showed up at college and felt like I was good day 1.
At St. John's, you don't even realize the study habits you develop until you leave and see other people's study habits. If I'm working on a project, I know I have to put the hard work in order to get the A. So I think that I get that from sports.
You learn a lot of different things about being what I would say is a man. How you handle responsibility, what's your duty to the team. We build teams here. I've got 32 people on staff, and we have to make them all come together, and they all have vastly different skill sets. Same thing those coaches were teaching me at St. John's.
At the end of those 4 years, the experience that you learn is you'll never be able to fathom it.
You feel a certain form of pride when you graduate from there because you feel like you accomplished something. It's definitely a humbling and great experience to say that I graduated from St. John's Jesuit, and I wouldn't give that up for the world. That's the greatest feeling in the world, and I feel like it definitely prepared me for college.
What will your son be when he grows up? That's up to him. We can only help lay the foundation for future success. 96% of our graduates at St. John's Jesuit High School and Academy go on to also graduate college, but more importantly, go on to be whatever it is they want to be in life. St. John's Jesuit, be a Titan.